Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. This time we have on Severin Furtek, who got 15th place at the Cardiff WCQ and earned his European invite with Trickstar Striker no less. So still performing and pulling its weight a year after its massive success across all sorts of national events. And let's just run through the list then. So Triple Ash, Triple Droll, Triple Candina, and 2 Carabane, the brand new, essentially a Bujingi Crane for the deck, which can also special summon itself, so it's also a Cyber Dragon in a sense. 1 Lilybell and Triple Licorice massing on the damage here. 2 Cold Weathergrave, Triple Mind Control, Triple Desires, 1 Scapegoat, 1 Hornet, a Triple Anchor, just having 6 ways to out the Thunder Dragons. It's pretty nice. Plus, you can always keep on drawing thanks to Desires anyway. Triple Engage, Double Terraforming, and Triple Light Stage to round up your field spells. And for hand traps, 3 more ways of stopping Thunder Dragons with impermanences, and 3 Reincarnation, get your monster reborns in, or that disruption. On to the extra deck then. 1 Borrowload, 1 Borrowsword, 1 Cerberus, Phoenix, and Unicorn, Link Spider, Linkaribo, Reaperdocus, 1 Hayate, double Kigari, and 1 Shizuku. Then 1 Topologic, 1 Holy Angel, and 1 Triple Burst. So getting in that piercing with Triple Burst is pretty nice. The fact that you can just recycle all your stuff with the Kigaris is probably why you want the multiple, so you can keep on reusing your things. And the Reaperdocus allowing you to turn your tokens into more useful Link monsters, essentially. For the side deck, Triple Lancia, 1 Scythe, and double Ghost Ogre. Then Triple Twisters, Triple Sanctum, and Triple Evenly. So nice to have the sort of Sanctum, Scythe and Lancia interaction, because it just gives you more floodgates when you go first against particular decks. And it does mean that if you draw the Scythe you don't automatically lose, which is quite nice. And Ghost Ogre can put in a surprising amount of work at the moment. You can hit Summon Sorceress, you can hit a lot of the Crusadia kind of combos where you have to hit the Sayuja, you can just Ghost Ogre away, that kind of thing. Allows you to deal with quite a few different problems within the format. Also, all of this massive spell and trap removal from Evenly and Twisters allows you to deal with all the kind of back row decks. So let's move on to the siding strategy then. Right, so the siding strategy vaguely follows his rounds, although not in order. So we'll start off with the Subterra siding. So first off, he's putting in 2 Ghost Ogres in order to deal with some of the things like the field spell, I believe you can interact with, or you can just take the monsters off the field, which means that the hand trap is no longer live. So these are just interesting ways of dealing with the potential disruption that they have available. Taking out 1 Anchor and 1 Mind Control. There's not an awful lot of changes when going first anyway. For going second, putting in Triple Evenly and Triple Twisters just to be able to deal with all of that back row that's there. It does mean cutting out some of the other stuff, so Cool Weather Grey is 1 Reincarnation, and Licorice Desires, and Anchor all coming out, providing him with still a plethora of different options, mostly in 2-offs at that point. For against the Thunder Dragon matchup now, you need to be able to stop them from summoning Colossus, so putting in Triple Sanctum and 1 Scythe when going first. Then just taking out some of the going second stuff here, including one of the Carabanes. And then going second, you need to be able to deal with their board. Now, you could put in the Evenlies and the Lanciers in order to, so the Evenlies allow you to deal with the board. However, since the typical sort of the Thunder field that we're quite used to at this point is generally like double Colossus, 1 Titan, it's really up to the player as to what they're going to be keeping. So if they decide to keep just the Titan, which is a guaranteed interrupt, then it means you can actually get on with all of your searches and continue to play the game. However, if they do know that you're playing Trickstar Striker and they're aware that there's an awful lot that the deck can do only if it has access to searching, they might just keep the 1 Colossus there, which means that you then deal with it with like the Mind Controls or the Impermanence or the Widow Anchors that you have left over. And the Lanciers obviously just stop them from getting any of their banishes off, which could potentially allow them to build up much bigger boards. For Sky Strikers, once again the Scythe and the Sanctums come in going first, stop them from making their extra deck monsters, and you've probably stopped a lot of searching. Taking out an Anchor and Triple Mind Control there, just because you're going first, you know, you don't need it for building up advantage at that point. And then for going second, Evenly, Twisters and Ogre all coming in, all that nice back row removal, plus you can pop the multi-roll with your Ogre there. but then the usual stuff coming out from going second, so 1 reincarnation, an anchor, the scapegoat obviously. The game probably isn't going to last long enough for you to be able to get off that scapegoat, or if it does, the chances are you build up a big link monster and they'll just take it anyway. For the Altergeist matchup, putting in the triple twisters when going first, just deal with all that back row. Taking out an Ash actually is one of the options. That's just because the protocol means that their searches are likely to still be going off. Sorry, not the searches, the summon from the multi-fig is likely to still be going off. And then for going second, putting in the Evenlies as well. And taking out the Drolls actually. So when you're going first, you can still draw Reincarnation them because they do have to do some searching. But when you're going second, it's likely that they're already set up and in a position where you're never going to be able to get off the Droll Reincarnation combo, so you may as well drop the Droll, since it doesn't really do anything against a deck that's only going to search like once in a turn. For the Trickstar Mirror, no changes when going first, and going second just putting in the back row removals and the Evenlies and the Twins here. And then against Burning Abyss, once again the Sanctum Scythe combo comes out. They can't do an awful lot if they don't have access to the extra deck at the moment. Since they don't have Hydrolander anymore, there just aren't very many big main deck monsters that they can actually bring out to start doing damage. However, they can still kind of swarm the board, just obviously, since the deck is so focused on other monsters that aren't BA monsters, it's unlikely you're going to be wearing down a board of just BA monsters. Actually, interestingly enough, going second he's putting in the double Ghost Ogre, which is pretty interesting because you can hit the Borazor with that, which is their typical play. So onto the rounds then. So round 1 he played up against Subterra and lost this 1-2, having won the die roll. Round 2 against BA he went 2-1, having won the die roll. Round 3, once again winning the die roll, he went up against Danger Thunder and went 2-1. Round 4 against Altergeist, winning the die roll, went 2-1. Round 5, this is 5 here, against Necros. Won the die roll, went 2-0 here, so even with all the searching, Necros could not beat him, and Striker Pure lost this one 1-2 in round 6, is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, and in round 7 against Trickstar, so the mirror match, lost the die roll here, so this is the only time he actually lost the die roll, but he still managed to win this 2-1, even in the mirror match. So that's it for the rounds and the siding strategy. Let's get the other questions and comments in from him. So he said that overall the event was very well run, a good amount of players turned up and the round started in pretty good time. He decided to play this list as he was very comfortable with the Trickstar engine in general, and the striker portion of the deck adds an extra control element that allows him to push the game as soon as possible. Ping's list was a big inspiration for his own. It provided a whole new way to play the deck. His main worries with it were playing into things like Pendulum Magicians and Thunder, because both were very difficult to play against. Pendulum essentially sets up an unbreakable board, whilst Thunder stops the main function of the deck, which is, of course, searching. Pretty much every card in this deck is designed to search in some way or to help out your searching cards. So facing down Double Colossus can be a pretty tricky thing to do. The side deck was largely built to punish Thunder, with Evenly Match being a big blowout against them. In regards to Pendulum, the aim is to stop them from setting up by interrupting them with your hand traps. Lancia is an excellent choice to stop Thunder both going first and second, as it stops their entire turn, and the Danger build was only just about to be able to put up a Curious and pass against it. However, keep in mind there are those Guard Dragon variants which could potentially do a little bit more. You just have to be wary of those. The Artifact engine was an excellent choice, he says, in the side, as it shuts down many decks this format. Against BA, they just pretty much scoop to Scythe, and it's also a good choice against Thunder, as Sanctum makes it so that he has access to 6 copies of Lancia if he wants to play those when going first. In general, the list is pretty good. It didn't brick very often. I think he had he says he had one unplayable hand in 7 rounds, which isn't bad at all. Due to playing 3 Desires and all of the other search cards, you have a lot of consistency in this deck. The list was quite fun to play, and it worked out well overall. In terms of the possible changes that he would make, he might main cards such as Twin Twisters, and possibly try and incorporate Shared Rides somewhere in the side, but the space is very tight overall. In terms of the easiest matchups, those are BA, Trickstar, and Altergeist. However, the hardest matchups are Pendulum, Thunder, and pure Sky Striker. In terms of interesting changes that have been made to this list with the recent sets that have been released like Savage Strike, it says that Trickstar Carabane is an excellent addition to the deck. It provides so much utility and allows a normal summon of Candina to beat over practically anything in the meta, as Carabane makes it 3600, and its functionality as a Cyber Dragon is also very useful, as it allows Candina to be a one-card link too, without you having to use up your Lilybell. As far as his shoutouts go, he wants to give shoutouts first of all to his team, Team Cobalt, and all of the members who came to the event. Secondly, to his locals, RJ Cards and Supplies in 3 Bridges. Thirdly, to people that helped him to test and theorize his deck for the event. To Hamish, Ryan Nye, Daniel Money, Elliot, Reese, and lastly to his other friends that encourage him to play well, Fortini and Kalen, Bailey and Frankie. So thanks very much, Sev, for coming on and sharing your list with us. Great to see the Trickstar Sky Striker strategy still working out within the 2019 formats, and good luck to you in future events. Thanks for watching this episode of Top Deck. If you have any comments or suggestions that you would like to make, leave them in the comment section down below. Check out the description for details of how you can get involved in this series. You can enter by voice interview, or instead you could just send all of your information over Facebook Messenger. Anything like that will be absolutely fine. If you want to see anything in particular from the upcoming series, then be sure to get in touch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.